use the shade layer as well to
Pick
help.
up on it? What you mean?
Like, it will block out
Oh,
stuff, but it's stuff can easily
attract to it.
attract.
Okay, I got you. I got you. Okay. Okay, y'all.
Good mom.
When it was closed, it was like the air wasn't in it. All right, sorry about that, you guys. My phone died, and I was in the middle of that conversation. But yeah, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that. My phone died. I had to get the other one. But yeah, like I was saying, life has happened to me, and I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. I don't have a victim mentality. Been through a lot, and I've done a lot for people. Yeah, I know. I'm getting ready to block him if he comes back on here, like for real. But so, what was I talking about? My life. Yeah, all things that are important to me are a place in my life where I had to process those times. I wrote a book about it, and I also wrote blogs about the things. So I used writing as a way to process myself. I even started writing a book about my Burkina experience. So all the people who think that they want to know what happened or think they know what happened, one day I will write a book because that's how I process it, and y'all could get it, and all of the details will be in there, including receipts, never before seen receipts. This is how I do it. My books always have pictures. So the shit, and if I say something about something, I got proof. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, that's how I process things in life. So like I said, anything I go through, if there is a book already being written on my African experience, everything. So, and if you've ever read anything that I've written, descriptive, real, raw, chronological, you know, all the things. Uh, and I'm righteous, you know what I'm saying? I'm truthful. Every book that I've written, and it didn't start out this way, it just became a thing. But every book I've written, there's a story in it dealing with me and a family member that shaped or changed or gave me some sort of insight. And only people who I'm close to can affect me to that extent. But it was for me to write on my first book. I wrote about a situation that I went through with my sister, that has affected our relationship since it happened, and it happened in 2003. Um, my second book, I talked about family karma situation with my brother, my oldest brother, and a situation that happened between him and his daughter, and and then when you don't fix the karma, how you have the same type of problem again. And I put all the deets in there. What's up? My third book, I talked about family members, another family members. The third book was, so the second book is called What You Don't Know About Your Soul. And so I'm talking about universal laws. I'm talking about the cycle of life, this car we drive as the body. Talking about, basically I'm like challenging Western religion with showing how in the Bible that they even talked about souls coming back as in different forms. And I talk about family karma entanglement, and my brother is part of that story. My third book is called The Unapologetic Apology, and The Unapologetic Apology is a break from those types of books. When I mean that, I mean the chapter books. The Unapologetic Apology is straight, one liner, two liner, short, sweet, hard to beat facts that can be a coffee table or a office type of book. But I tell a story in the beginning about how family, you know, gets all excited about, they basically family will get online and make a post about your birthday, ain't even called you first, ain't talked to you, made a post, I love you so much, ain't heard from you. My uncle was calling my dad saying, oh yeah, Letitia ain't posted in a while. Is she okay? Bro, you got my fucking phone number, Unc. I'm saying, but bro, you got my phone number, Unc. Why did you call my dad? It pissed me off for my dad to call me and say, hey Tish, your uncle is asking if you all right because you haven't posted online in a while. The only people who have real access to me are my family. So why the fuck is you calling around the world instead of straight to me to see if I'm all right? So I stopped posting for real. I want to see who really gives a fuck. So social media has changed the way people interact in families. Saying happy birthday online, don't even say nothing to the person. What if I didn't go check my online today? What if I didn't check my thing? You ain't gonna call me personally? I'm supposed to see your happy birthday online? Man, it was just way too much. So the book Unapologetic Apology, kind of gives people the permission to feel the way you feel because it's okay. The way you feel is long because it's not the same way as the society, because it's not the same way as one or the other, social thoughts or norms, then, people will have a problem. Like, oh my God, I'm so upset that you don't like pizza. Why the fuck what I don't like what that got to do with you? What someone doesn't like have to do with anybody else? This is that culture where, I think this happened when they started giving out participation, and then there was only one winner, and then the school started saying, we should give everybody a ribbon for participation. So then people started having, real feeling like they could say, or, you shouldn't feel that way because it makes me feel this way. What? Well, not feeling the way I feel or not being allowed to feel the way I feel will make me possibly pop off one day. So the Unapologetic Apology, I tell a story about some family members dealing with the family reunions and things like that. But long story short, and my fourth book is about me taking care of my dad in his final days and how family acts when someone is dying. You really find out who people truly are. And I told some real stories and said all that to say, if I will write and publish books about my family who have the same blood as me, I'm righteous. You know that I'm not afraid to talk no shit because everything I say is true. Not one of them have came to me. As a matter of fact, my brother, who I wrote the story about, which was just the truth, we cool because he understands. My sister, other family members that I've written about, they haven't confronted me because what you gonna say? I didn't write these books emotionally either. I told the story. Because one thing about a Gemini is we're very communicative and rational. People think we don't even have feelings, but that's really quite the contrary. So yeah, I'm righteous in what I write. I don't tell stories. I don't lie. My books are all true. I can't make up a story. My life is so lit that it's a trilogy if it was like a movie. It's too much that has happened for it to be like summarized. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna have to check them out. Please check them out. Please, I need y'all, because once you guys know me better, you guys will be able to rock with me better. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and like I had to tell my mom, because my mom, she's like, oh, I want all my babies to be together, and I want my babies, and I'm like, okay, mom, but look, it says honor thy mother and thy father. It don't say in the Bible. It don't say honor your brother and sister and any other person that came from that's just related to you. It don't say that. It don't say that. And all of my siblings have been on the receiving end of help from me. Just love, all love. But at the end of the day, how do I be the one that's supposed to come back to that and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all my siblings owe me money. All of them have lived with me, except for my oldest brother. You know what I'm saying? They've benefited from me in many, many ways. And then so now I'm in Africa. They're in America. So I should call them, or should they call me? I don't know. I'm confused. But like I told my mom, I'm going to always respect and honor you. I'm going to even give them a level of respect and love because of how you feel about them. They're your children. They're your children. And so people be trying, with that same energy and understanding, you can't expect black people just because they're black when they come to Africa from America to be working together. You can't expect that. Y'all got to be really, you got to take a step back from that mentality and ask yourself a question. Do you even fuck with everybody in your family or even in your community? Do you mess with all those black people? I know y'all don't. I know you don't. You wanna know how I know you don't? Because when I did the Raw Onion, which was a conversation, a black conversation, black community, panel members, peeling back the layers of our collective experiences as a community so that we can heal from the shit. Even the people who was supposed to be coming together to work together to bring the conversation forward so that we can have a real conversation about our family, our community, we couldn't even do that. So even like-minded individuals couldn't make it happen. So I don't understand how people can expect people to, all types of people have reasons to come to Africa for all types of reasons. But just because we are black and from America, y'all got to stop with that. Y'all got to just do it together. No, the fuck we don't. Somebody got to tell the truth. There has to be a level of compatibility. Everything got to be cool. You know what I'm saying? There's even learning curves and shit. Levels to this shit. It is. It's levels to it. And we're all on our own levels. And Africa is big enough to put 3 Americas in it. From sea to shining sea. So if you in one of them and you ain't fucking with everybody, what you expect me to do? For y'all's entertainment? For y'all's best case scenarios? What y'all want me to do? When I'm raising my own children. Ain't nobody doing shit for me. I know I'm a benefit to a lot of situations. I know this. So there will have to be a reciprocity going on. You know what I'm saying? I took care of all my siblings that live with me. I took care of them like my children. I know that's right. And don't you expect a certain level of respect from your siblings? You must. Thank you. But you must respect, you must demand respect. You must teach people and show people by the way you treat yourself how they should treat you. You know what I'm saying? You must show people how to treat you, how you treat yourself. What level of respect you give yourself, what you will allow, what you don't allow. If somebody's doing something to you that you don't like, the minute it happens, you gotta, hey, stop that shit. You ain't gotta say it like that, but you got to, stop, hold up. That's not cool. And be able to express yourself and why you're not gonna let that, allow that to happen. No. Y'all don't get to just do whatever you want with people. People they shouldn't be able to do whatever they want with you. You should have a level of boundaries. You should have your own boundaries that you don't let people cross and that you don't cross. And you do the same. All that I'm saying, I expect it in return. I expect that if I'm saying something to you that you don't agree with or that you don't get down with, that you would let me know. I expect it in return. I'm about to just hide people asking dumbass questions. I ain't got time. You're gone, bro. Stop talking. Stop talking. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Mr. Untouchable, shout out to you. Keita from the Bay, Wisdom, DH, all y'all that's here. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. So yeah. Oh, and shout out to PewTube. I saw you when I first came on. So yeah, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. You know, well rounded. Hey, pull up to the scene with my roof gone. 2 chains, but I got me a few on. No, I just got one. Huh? Oh yeah, for real. See what that talking about? See what that Bordeaux? See what that Bordeaux talking about? I know, right? Turn the fan on. Shit, I done got hot thinking about it. Oh shit. So ask me some questions, guys. Now that I've kind of opened up a little bit, ask me some questions. Does anybody have a question for your girl? No, I don't work out. That's a question. If you're thinking, like, why she got abs like that? She ain't even flexing. I used to play sports. I ran track. I threw the shot put and the discus. I was on the 4x4 relay team. I ran the 100-meter hurdles. I ran class pitcher for softball. I was the only freshman on varsity because I was, like that. I played basketball. I was a power forward, number 4, not number 5. Not Shaq's position. But I was number 4. I was down there in the paint. I was a cheerleader for many years, and I was the captain of a step team. So my brother, when he was in college, he used to send me videos from step shows. He was an alpha, and I would, you know, change the beats and teach my friends the steps, and then I started making up steps to different songs. And then I went to the military. So I've been a very active person for many, many years. So after I started having children, my body just went back to what it was. I mean, it was better. It was stronger than this. I was super muscular, and I think I stopped. I think I stopped working out because I saw myself getting bulky in a way that I didn't want to be. Like I was like I had like a serene body. I was just like pow, you know. And there ain't nothing wrong with Serena's body. I just wanted to look a little softer. But as long as my stomach was flat and everything was proportioned, I was good. I was in the Navy for 4 years. I had a secret clearance. I was a yeoman, which is like the commanding officer's secretary. So I had to communicate with the Secretary of the Navy. And yeah, it was pretty intense. How much they charge for braiding your hair? I do my own hair. I did this, and there's a picture on my community page. My friend came over the other day, and I did her hair. My daughter Kamari has locks. Those are natural locks, so her hair is not braided. She just grows it. And but you can get your hair braided out here for very inexpensive, like cheap, cheap, cheap. Um, I would say how much? How much would they charge? Oh, look, she coming to show her hair.
Hobby.
So
I don't know. I couldn't tell you how much they charge. How much they charge for the peanut?
yeah, like
Keep saying.
18, 8, no, 9,000, 9,000. So like $18. Like some old cheap shit. You would with the hair included. But I don't let people do my hair because I'm trying to keep my edges. You know, they African braiders will pull out your whole goddamn scalp. Hey, how you doing, Mickey? That's one of my super supporters right there, Mickey. Y'all say hey to Mickey Taylor. Let me get back down to this. Okay. Do you get along with Gemini men? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Gemini men are my friends. I have Mickey, my friend Mickey. So not Mickey Taylor here, but there's a man named Mickey, and he lives in Burkina. He's my friend who came from the United States, and he's a Gemini. We're 9 days apart. She said African braiders would braid your eyebrows, baby. Okay, girl, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain age, you know what I'm saying, you got trying to keep them things. You know what I'm saying? Trying to keep them things. Yes, I get along with Libras also. Libras are awesome. Libras are air signs. So I get along with all the air signs. I think the most trouble that I have with people, or you know, when it comes to the signs, would be, girl, I need my edges. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need to swoop it down like this, you know, and curl it on up, you know what I'm saying, and bring that up, and then I need this not to fall out and get pulled out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna need those. But yeah, so the only signs that I have problems with, I would say, are Capricorns, Earth sign. I just don't think they get me that much. And you know, I have a weird relationship with Scorpios. They're kind of obsessed with me, so it's kind of like a love-hate relationship that I end up having with Scorpios. Tauruses, I get along with just amazingly. Like, Taurus people love me. I love them back. My Aries son get on my nerves. I know that's right.
Aries, you don't get through Aries.
Oh yeah, I don't get along with Aries either. Not that much. I don't know, they haven't been in my life, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I know what you do.
she said, cause God know what he doing. Cause God know what he doing. Thank you so much. Mickey, when I was in probably like the 5th grade, I started braiding hair. And when I was about 13, I started doing other people's hair. So next year, that'll be 30 years that I've been braiding. Thank you so much. Too moody. I'm too solid for the Aries. I know that's right. I know that's right. Yeah, you know, we could get into a whole conversation about astrology too, you know, like, think of the elements like real things. Like, for instance, air signs, which are Geminis, Libras, and Aquarius. We're kind of the ones that we gotta really, because we're the only sign that you can't mix. When I say that, I mean, like, for fire signs, without air, fire dies. But with air, fire is, right? Fire is just, fire needs air. It likes air. Fire and air work together very well because fire needs oxygen. You understand? So the combination of an air sign and a fire sign creates a really big fire. Water signs and fire signs. The water sign is gonna put the fire out. A water woman could do this to a fireman. He can't be great. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that this wouldn't just, you know, people won't work at it, or, you know, these are just, you know, generalities when it comes to the signs. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to water and earth, you know, earth and water can make earth muddy. You know what I'm saying? It could move it around. You know, even earth can snuff out a fire. Um, but air is like, what you gonna do, water? What you gonna do, earth? Oh, fire! You trying to get me?
What you gonna do when I come for you?
Archetypes, yeah. So you know, I did a brand assessment before I came out as an author. My publicist had this really cool system. So basically, she made me answer some questions, and then she made me send this questionnaire to like 10 people. And I don't know what this questionnaire that they got, but they all had to fill it out about me and send it back. With my answers and with their answers and all computed up, it came back as my archetypes were sage, magician, and damn, what was it? Sage, magician, and huh? No. Just was it gesture? Sage, magician, something had maybe it did have to do with gesture. But yeah, so it's basically like comedy, smarts, and manifestation. You know, that's me. All right, let's see. Well, I think that, you know, for people who don't believe in the science, I say this. You only believe in things because you understand them completely. You know what I'm saying? If you don't understand them, then you don't, you know, I ain't messing with that. But I will tell you that there are unevolved and evolved people. When I say that, I mean that there's some Geminis that I would not talk to. And there's some that I would. There's some people, you know, Virgos, get on, they, you know, I buck with them, like, but I love them. The ones that are evolved, you know, people who understand the quirks of their personalities, people who are aware of their presence, people who are aware of their, you know, they're them, they're who they are, you know. You can, you know, I understand I'm talkative, I know I'm communicative, you know, I'm a lot of the sun sign characteristics of the Gemini, but I also have my moon and my rising sign and all those other things. You know, I don't be all into it like that. Like I could. I have a book that gives me everything I need to know about that when I want to. But over the years, you know, I've been able to tell people or ask them, are you a Capricorn? Yeah, how'd you know? I promise you I did that for every sign. So something must be true about it because I can pinpoint at least your element. At least your element. Oh, you against the grain. You just bucking everything. You got to be a stubborn ass earth sign. You know what I'm saying? Yep, you can do it. So the book I got is called The Only Astrology Book You'll Ever Need. And I did my own chart with the book. I had this book since like '08, before you could do them online like that. So I wrote everything down, went and researched it. They got charts in there, go all the way to 2078, you know, tell you where everything was so you could find where shit was, so you could make your will. I made my will, all my 12 houses, woody woo. I wrote it out. I think it's pretty cool doing it that way because you doing the research. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The only astrology book you'll ever need. I promise you, I can pull it out. It's in my box over there. You know what I'm saying? Knowledge let us understand in what and who we are. You sure better say it, girl. The Myers-Briggs psychology test, they use it to pick your job in the army. Yep. You guys, look, I'll tell you a quick funny story. I went to the Navy. Well, my recruiter came and he was like, you know, Letitia, you should come to the military. You know, there's all these things, college, woo woo. I had dropped out of San Jose State, but so I still felt like I should be doing something with my life. So I went to the MEPS is what they call it. It's like it's an acronym for something, but it's the military entrance some. So I go there and I'm like, Billy, you know, I don't know about going to the Navy. No, you know, sea duty is optional. You don't even got to get on the boat. Woo, woo, woo. Just go take the test. I said, all right, Billy, I'm gonna take the test, but I'm not gonna pass the other test. He said, what you mean? I said, Billy, I'm probably gonna piss a leaf because I smoke weed, Billy. So Billy said, just come take the test. So I went to MEPS in Oakland, California, and took this test called the ASVAB. My scores were so high and my piss test was so positive that they told me that we're gonna have you come back in 6 months to take another piss test, not another ASVAB test, but another piss test, because your scores are the type that we need you in intelligence. And I was like, okay. And I did it. And I came back in 6 months. I probably stopped smoking probably like 10 days before they came back. But that's what happened. And then I really qualified to be a corpsman, which was like a doctor. But they didn't have any billets at that time. Billets are just like orders, right? So the only other job that was available that would fit my mental capacity was a yeoman, which was like the commanding officer secretary. So I worked for the officers and not the enlisted. So my counterpart in the enlisted side was a personnelman, someone who worked with the enlisted, and I worked with the officers who came in through college, basically. So just a glorified secretary that had a secret clearance, knew some shit that nobody else did. That's what I did in the military. Okay, girl, I traveled with a whole bunch of books. Okay, I know that's right. Books are everything. Was you stationed at Great Lakes? I went to boot camp at Great Lakes. That's where boot camp is for the Navy, is in Great Lakes, Illinois. It was the first time that I was in a snow blizzard, and I had to march in it, 21 inches of snow. I cried. I cried. Like, first time I was in a snow blizzard, not in snow. My dad took me skiing before, and it was a controlled environment. The snow wasn't coming down. It wasn't fucking 13 below. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't forced to be marching in it. So, yeah, Great Lakes. I only like Chicago or Illinois in the summertime. I was in there. Oh man, I remember that one day we came back in, and I was the what they called the A-Rock. The A-Rock. The A-Rock was like the person who called the cadence and who was the top of that group. So our group was a performing group. I happened to be in the choir. So we were like the drill team, the choir, and what was else? Where's the performing arts division? So we were the division that when we had our graduation, we would perform, sing the Star Spangled Banner. You know, they be twirling the damn woody whoops and, you know, doing the little marching and turn by the left flank, march, you know, all that shit, right? So our group was integrated with male and female, because we were the performing group, but we didn't stay in the same compartment. You know, we had our own compartment. So it was about 90 females and about 90 guys. And they asked who was capable of being the leader of the group. Before they asked who was capable of being the leader of the group, the first day we was there, it was like 600 of us. They hadn't even split us up into compartments yet. And, you know, we were just kind of, they were asking us, you want to be in the choir? You want to be in the drill? And that's how they kind of figured out who was going to be the performing division, Division 905, okay? Any 900 company, that's the division for performing. But anyway, it was time to go eat. We had on our navy sweatsuits. They took our clothes and shit. They gave us some New Balances with a navy sweatsuit, and we outside. And then they, they like to talk shit. The first day was so funny. We got off the bus, and they was like, they all started coming up to us yelling, "Ah!" in your face and shit, right? And I'm standing there like, so, I wasn't giving them no reaction, so they went on to the next person, and whoever reacted, five of them jumped it on them, you know what I'm saying? Like if they crying or woo, 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 right? So I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Like these people are literally crying, right? So they let us go call our parents. You can make one phone call home, and I don't know when you're gonna be able to call them again. Let them know you all right. So all right. So I called my mom and said, Mama. She know I'm good because I'm talking to her. Mama, girl, they out here yelling at these people and they crying, girl. Because if you a black person, your mama is the authority. I ain't scared of the police. I'm scared of my mama. So I had no fear for these people. I was just looking at them like, y'all crazy. So anyway, it's time to go eat. 600 of us outside. And they ran up, they walked out there. Which one of you recruits think that you got a loud enough voice that could march this whole group to the galley? The only motherfucker to step out the group. Me. They ran up on me. You think you could, what make you think? I said, because I got rhythm. Same tone. Didn't look them in the eye though. They told me what the steps was, 1 and 2, and wait. 1 was left, 2 was right, 3 was left, 4 was right. So if you calling this cadence, they got to hear your numbers. All right. And let's just say I never marched in ranks. I mean, like in the ranks. I was always on the outside, calling the cadence. Step with your left. You're right, you're left. You're left, you're right. You're right, you're left. Step with your left. You're right, you're left. You're left, you're right. You're right, you're left. Hey, you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You're left, right, left. You're left, you're right. Yeah, that was me. So, and then after that, they got us all separated and shit. And then they go, who thinks that they gonna be the leader? So, I'm already like, I mean, who else gonna step up? Cause y'all know what time it is. And then they did a vote. And then they voted for me. So I was, first bed, when you come in. So then I had a sergeant at arms. She was a dope ass, big buff ass white girl from Texas. And she wanted, hey Rob, I made sure they're in there cleaning the bathroom, making sure they're down there spit shining and everything. Cause every time that the compartment got inspected, it was my ass. You know what I'm saying? So they had to do everything because it was on me. So if anything happened, they would like punish me. You know what I'm saying? So, and it was nothing. The punishment, they would like drop. And they make me get in push-up position, you know what I'm saying, for a long-ass motherfucking time. Y'all think y'all do some planks. And I'll be sitting there like, you know what I'm saying? This one girl, she was from one of them Carolinas. And she was the smartest girl before she wasn't. So, and the reason I say that is because she came in with a weave. A short weave. I came in with my regular hair and they cut my shit. I wish I would have had my shit weaved up. All my shit would have been fine. They cut it all uneven and shit. This bitch had a weave. It was raggedy as fuck, but it was a weave and it was short. So they didn't cut it. They didn't even know it was a weave. But she was pissing in the bed every night. And we only went to laundry once a week. So the whole compartment smelling like piss, bro. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck? So my sergeant at arms told me who's pissing in the bed. This is her. So I told the people who I'm supposed to tell, like we have a recruit that's not able to hold their bladder, and we're only going to go wash once a week, and this fucking sheet is and mattress is pissy. So they called her in, to talk to her about it, and then she went AWOL on the base. How you go AWOL on the base in boot camp? So, and then like a year and a half later, I got a hate letter from her. Like, bitch, front leaning rest.
Well, she shouldn't have peed in the bed. You know?
Yeah, telling y'all some military stories. I could go on and on, but yeah, it's been one of those lifetimes, and all of that happened before I was a mom, like before I was married. You know what I mean? I already had the kids, but I didn't get married. I left. I went to boot camp. Like I had a boyfriend, and I went to boot camp. She can get 100% right now for incompetence from VA. Don't let that pass you, because we all got PTSD. Pay me, girl. I'm like, cheers to that. Ching ching. Hold your glasses up. Hold your glass up. Yeah, those were some times. Those were some times. Pissing, damn, that must be a nightmare. I mean, I don't know why she was going to the bathroom on herself, but it was also 89 other people in there that had to be around it. You know? And maybe she needed to go see somebody and have a counselor or something, you know what I'm saying? Salute, salute. Yeah, nervousness. Yeah. But what are you supposed to do? Just let her keep pissing in the bed? You not supposed to say nothing? Like, girl, get you some Depends or something. But yeah, the military is funny about a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, flat-footed, if you flat-footed, you can't be in the military. Like, if you can't duck walk, you gotta have a certain mental capacity to be in the military. Pretty much, you know what I'm saying? She said blanket party. See, I was trying to have my leadership skills, work for me at that time, because I still was trying to stay in my position. And I thought it would be that they would talk to her, or, get her some counseling or some shit. But they was like, shit, you ain't even past boot camp. We get counseling once you pass the shit. You know what I'm saying? You get to get counseling for all that shit once you actually become, you pass boot camp. She didn't even get past the damn dungaree fittings. You know what I'm saying? Because, we wore dungarees. I love them dungarees. Those are the best pants, boy. I tell you, I had to get 3 pair because they kept feeding us. We had to go eat 3 times a day, all carbs, and we worked out, ran 2 miles a day, push-ups, sit-ups. So I was gaining muscle. I gained 13 pounds of muscle in 3 months. So I had to change, my pants had to get refitted 3 times. They gave her Article 15 and she got reprocessed. Oh, okay, well. It'd be like that sometimes. It'd be like that. But being a smart person in the military, once I got out into my rank, I went to A school. That's where you go learn your trade. Once I was number 1 in A school. So if you're the first person or top of your class in A school, you get to choose where you want to go. So my A school was in Meridian, Mississippi, and exactly, swole as fuck, right? Came home, they was like, God damn, got a whole nother, you got 3 asses back there. I had a 42 pack. I ain't know there was such thing as a 6 pack. All the muscles was out there. But I went to A school in Meridian, Mississippi, at this Air Force base, which was like in the middle of nowhere, like 20 miles from civilization. But I was number 1 in the class. I ended up with 99.18%. And the only reason why is because I had 2 punctuation mistakes in the whole class. But anyway, they asked me to write down 3 places that I wanted to go from there. So I took the page, and before I left California, I was like, I want to, if I go anywhere in the United States, where I want to go. Thought about it, and I was like, I want to go to Florida. So when I finished boot camp and when I was finished A school, they asked me to write down 3 places, and I wrote Florida on the paper and gave it to them. Write down 3 places. Fuck you mean? I'm going to Florida. I was number 1. Tell me I ain't going. And I ended up at Mayport Jacks. I worked for a helicopter squadron that was attached to the JFK. So I ended up getting sea duty, even though the helicopter squadron, HSL 40, was attached to the carrier. But I was on shore like a mug. On shore. But boot camp was pretty cool experience, you know, all the way. You know, I had some things happen, but it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was pretty cool. I learned a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, first of all, you gotta jump in the water with all your clothes on from hella high and save some dead weight in the body, in the water. Then they have this mock ship, and we had to basically carry this dead weight throughout the night. So they call it, what was that night? Shit, see how my brain just be. But there's a night that they make you do all these battle stations, is what it's called. And so they make you go to bed, and then they wake you up like not even just as you got to sleep. So we probably went to bed. Hey, get this water, girl. We went to bed at like 10, and like 11:30 they was in there. Wake up! Boom, boom, boom. Going crazy. Get ready. You had her put our clothes on, put everything you owned in your sea bag, and double time. Double time is run. So after a certain level of boot camp, you got to double time. You can't walk around the base no more. You got to run. Man, we double timed all these damn stations. One station was saving somebody in the water. One was doing this. One was doing that. All your clothes on, combat boots and everything, treading water for 20 minutes, down floating on your back. You and a partner gotta save somebody out the water. It's not somebody, it's literally a 250-pound dummy, that dead weight that they put in the water. And then they put it on a stretcher, and you gotta take it through these holes this fucking big, literally, that are in the ship. So in the ship, on the Navy ships, they don't have big holes for you to get through. It's like body holes, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you just gotta get through the hole. It's not a doorway, it's a hole. So I'm a handgun person. I love handguns. But you know, they trained us on the M16. You know, I've shot ARs and things like that. I'm not really into assault rifles. All the bulk, I'm ambidextrous, so I can shoot with both hands. So I prefer a 9. I had a Smith & Wesson Glock. I like 9mm type. Nothing smaller than a 9, really. 45 maybe. I don't like no 22s. You know, 380 might be okay. But yeah, I'm a handgun person. Oh yeah, I still got it too, girl. Look, some folks, we was in Vegas one time. Oh, you want to go to the shooting range? I went to the shooting range with all these men, some business people. They had all had this conference and shit in Vegas. And you know, at this time I was out of the military, you know, and I'm cute, you know, walking around. If I didn't tell you I was in the military, you wouldn't know. So they're like, yeah, let's go to the range. And I'm like, yeah, oh, you think you can shoot? Da, 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 da. When I got there, I'm telling the people, like, yeah, I used to be in the Navy. That doesn't mean shit. I'm like, motherfucker, what are you talking about? Did you go to the military? So they put them targets out there. Whatever they wanted to shoot, I was with it. And I beat their ass, basically, and shot my target in the head twice just to show them that I could hit it where I want to hit it, not just in the target. Bop, bop. Brat-tat-tat-tat-tat. It's a chopper.
So this is a buffer?
Yeah, it's a buffer. 380 was my young girl. Okay, that's what I'm saying. The 9 millimeters is something about them, man. We can hang out for a long time. So you like Tomb Raider out here? Oh, you funny. No, I'm just trained. I just know how to do some things. So I do some things. I love me a good machete. I got 2 of them right now. I like knives. I traveled with those. I didn't bring no guns with me. Can't bring no guns to Africa. Yeah, the 9 is smoother, girl. You know what to say. I'm like,
Thing is really cool.
I like to rest my face right here. I like to get comfortable. If I have the time. But if I ain't got the time, we can make it happen. We can do what we need to do. And we went from military souls to astrology to military to guns. Y'all so cute.
This thing is really cool. It's cultivating and
My baby, she got a whole bunch of spoils today because we went to, you put down Guam, Germany, and okay, where'd you go? Did they give you your first place? The conversation is just growing organically. That's me, girl. Organic phenomenon. I was only in the military for my time, 4 years. I was in there 3 years too long. I say that because having the intelligence that I had and then someone with the same rank getting the same check as me didn't sit right with me at all. So then I was like, okay, well, I got these kids and I wanted to go get me a second job at the mall during Christmas time, shit like that. They was like, no, your job's too important. Secretary of Navy could call at any time. You're on call anytime. You can't get a job. I'm like, but this nigga who barely could read sweeps the floor, gets the same check as I do, and he got 2 jobs out of here. How he get more money than me? He's not smarter than me. So once I got out, I never wanted to come back. They tried to offer me all kinds of shit. We'll give you a $4,000 bonus. I'll make that in 1 fucking check. Don't play with me. Doing me. I don't want your little handouts. No. I'm not going to wait 16 more years to get a retirement. Nah, I'm Gucci.com. Bounced out. Let's go home with the wind. How long was you in the military? Okay, I got your dad. When was the last time you went to gun practice? I'll say that was a while. I went to the shooting range in Atlanta before I left there. So it's been a couple of years. Smart people will always want to leave the military. Okay, and not knocking the military. The military is necessary for certain people. Oh, thank you, Soaring Energy. I appreciate that. I can't wait to hear what you got to say. Yeah, the military is like it's for some people who like need discipline, who need, that sense of structure so that they can get on track and then be somebody, but some of us don't need that. Some of us are already leaders when we get in there. Some of us have had parents who have structured us in a way of being, smart, or responsible. Like I only even went to the military because I dropped out of college and I still felt like I needed to do something. And college was like, that was something else. I got an academic scholarship to go to college. Any college I wanted to go to, and I chose San Jose State because I wanted to go where my friends was. But anyway, I went to school to be a forensic pathologist. And when I found out that it's going to take me 8 years to do that, and I had a full-time job at the bank. I worked at what was that bank? Sumitomo Bank. It was a Japanese bank. I used to trade yen when I was 18 years old. I used to be in the bank trading yen, checking the stock market and shit, figuring out, you know what I'm saying? So it was just a lot for me to do college. And I didn't want to do college, to be honest. Like, college was a thing. My mom didn't even tell me to go to college. She didn't. I'm the first generation type college for my family. My brother went, you know, we're the generation, we don't have older people in our family that are college graduates. My brother went to the University of Utah. He got a scholarship as a football player. I went, I filled out my own thing. My mom wasn't on me like, you need to fill out college, you need to do. Nobody was telling me about college to the point where I just got accepted on the academic scholarship. I didn't know nothing about financial aid, none of that. So I was literally in college taking care of myself, full-time job, all that. My parents was funking with each other about child support. I wasn't getting none of the shit. So, yeah. One of those things like Eat the Seed of the Soul by Gary. Okay. Our experience is what makes us exactly. I think, and it's not just experience, it's application of knowledge. Because I know a lot of experienced people, but they don't apply the knowledge that they've learned from their experience. And application of that knowledge is really the secret sauce. All right, we're coming up to an hour. Y'all, these times just be flying. But I gotta get the rest of my day together.
Anytime you find back, it's got an interesting one.
Yeah, and I don't have I didn't get student loans or any of that. I had a freaking scholarship, like full ride. And I was like, I can't do it. But I'm really giving y'all like the G-rated version of the story because there's so many details that I'm leaving out that are going to be in the movie. Like where I lived at the time I was in college. Okay, I'll be safe. You be safe also. I look forward to seeing you again on here. Thank you for all your support, Mickey. And we're still waiting on the results from the entrance exam, but I know she did well. I have since realized the reality of this college game. Okay? Ooh. I was just like, I wasn't going to be able to commit that 8 years and then just to say, yeah, then I'm going to go do this.
This is 8 years of your life that you could have wasted.
But the decisions I made brought me to this very, very, very moment today. So I'm grateful for the opportunity to be able to make the decisions, you know what I mean? And then the knowledge and the understanding, the wisdom of understanding my choices create my reality. So I appreciate y'all again, like I said, and please keep checking me out, supporting me. Go research me. Like when I say that, go to my website, LetitiaRobb.com. LATISHA, Letitia, not Letitia, Letitia Robb, ROBB, 2 B's.com. Go check me out. Look, on the back of this first book, there are 3 musicians who have written something about me or about this book. The first one was Jay Holiday, Grammy-nominated American recording artist and singer. Second one was Lola Mitchell, a.k.a. Gangsta Boo. She wrote something. And Torica. Torica is a Grammy-nominated recording artist and singer, writer, actress. Torica is the voice that you hear on the Field Mob song. I'm so sick of being lonely every night while my man goes out with his homies. You know that song. But anyway, all of these people wrote something about this book. What's going on? AKA Gangsta Boo of the award-winning 3-6 Mafia. You know 3-6 Mafia is responsible for uh, Hustle and Flow. Yeah, you know the songs in Hustle and Flow?
They wrote them?
Yeah!
So, no.
Boom, boom, ah. Y'all are awesome. I appreciate you. Tisha, you're very good. I'm cool with people at the end of the day. You know what I mean? If you a good person, no matter what your sign is, I'm good. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Just don't try to manipulate me, play me, you know, and we'll be cool no matter what part of the astrology wheel that you land in, that you were born in. Just keep it real with me. I'll keep it real with you. Give respect where it's due. You know, don't try to do more than you should be doing, and staying in each other's lane. We'll be fine, no matter what your sign is. All right. Shout out to you, Ken. Bless up. Y'all have a good evening. Okay, I'll be back soon, tomorrow or the next day. Put in that work.